I have a message for all the Nigerian body of Christ who keep putting most Nigerians in prison and till date are still suing a lot of people outside the church and even their own members who disagree not to go to their church. I want you to pay attention, whole ye body of Christ. We live in a country where the church has always been a powerful institution, one that holds influence in places of political power, in the making of laws, in the courts, in the police force, and in law enforcement. Many of those who enforce the laws of our land, who sit as judges, who serve as persecutors and enforcers of justice, claim to be the body of Christ. Yet we must ask ourselves, what happened when the church, instead of standing for justice, become an oppressor? What happened when those who claim to follow Christ become the ones persecuting their own members? We've watched them and we've seen them. Even when I was being apprehended and I found myself in Ikoyi Correctional Center, I saw a lot of them by their own pastors. Today, we see something disturbing. A man like VeryDarkMan, who speaks on issues affecting society, who calls out injustice, who demands accountability, is being attacked also. I wouldn't use the word attack, but it's being challenged by the body of Christ, not by criminals, not by corrupt politicians. Well, they are part of them, but by those who claim to represent God. The very institutions that should be standing for truth and righteousness are now using their influence to suppress it. But let us ask ourselves, is this what Jesus would have wanted? Did Jesus sue the Pharisees who spoke against him? Did he use the law to silence those who challenged him? Did he teach his followers to take revenge? Or did he say, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you? Mercy Chinwo and the rest. Let us reflect on the word of the Bible. In Matthew chapter 22, 37 to 28, it says, woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside are full of the bones of the dead and everything unclean. In the same way, on the outside you appear to people as righteous, but on the inside you are full of hypocrisy and wickedness. How many so-called men of God today are just like the Pharisees Jesus condemned? In 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1 to 7, it says, if any of you has a dispute with another, do you dare to take it before the ungodly for judgment instead of before the Lord's people? Mercy Chinwo no go carry easy tea go meet pastor straight to EFCC. Well, EFCC too now they have churches. They too they are well, why not rather wronged? Why not rather be cheated? That was what Jesus said. If the church truly follows Christ, why are they so quick to sue and destroy others instead of seeking peace? Lastly, Matthew chapter 7, verse 21 to 23. It says, not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Mercy Chinwo, oh sorry. Away from me, you evildoers. Now we have to ask ourselves a question. Is the church in Nigeria truly doing God's work, or have they become institutions of power seeking to protect themselves rather than the truth? At the end of the day, VeryDarkMan is doing what churches should have been doing, standing for justice, speaking for the voiceless, holding the powerful accountable. Instead of supporting him, they fight him. Instead of being the light in society, they are trying to extinguish the light of truth. So I ask again, is this what Jesus would have done? If Jesus were here today, would he be suing people for speaking out, or would he be walking among the poor, defending the weak, and confronting the corruption that has infiltrated even religious institutions? Nigerians, back to you guys. It is time to think. it is time for the church to rethink its steps. Me, I'm just the man of God. I don't go to church. I don't know if I can be part of these things. But if the church is no longer a place of truth, then what is it? If it is, if it fights, if it kind of fights those who fight for justice, then who does it truly serve? So, to the body of Christ and the rest, all the churches combined in Nigeria, rethink your ways before you lose the very faith you claim to defend. For me, I ain't going to church, says by the man of thought. Well, you don't really need me. You really don't need anything. You just need people to pay offering. If I can be paying my tithe and offering and I don't go to church, some people would even say I will make heaven by those who retrace their statement like Pastor E. Adepoye. God have mercy. Pastor Demino, you are the sheep in the midst of the wolf. Be careful too. Very dark man, welcome to the body of Christ.
When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. They never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa. When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. They never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa.